Good morning. What do you see here? Let's learn to write capital letter D and small letter d. Let's trace the letter D. Standing line, a curved line. Capital D, a small curve, and standing line, small d. Let's circle the letter D and small d. D, capital D, small d, small, capital D, and small d. And now let's cross the rest of the letters. That is F, one more F here, and there is E here. It's time to color the beginning sounds. Let's color the dog. Now let's match the words. Before that, let's read the words. D-O-G, dog. Here it is. Doll, D-O-L-L, doll. D-U-C-K, duck. D-I-C-E, dice. D-R-U-M, drum. Now it's time to color the capital letter blue and small letter in pink. Capital letter D, capital letter D, capital D. Now small letter D, D, D.
What is the letter we are learning today? We are learning letter capital D and small d. To learn to write the letter, you need a tray full of sand or rangoli powder, and raise your index finger and start tracing. Standing line, a big curved line. Capital D, standing line, a small curve. Small d. Capital D, small d. Let's learn to write capital D and small d in the 4 lines. Before that, let's revise the lines. Capital line, waistline, tail line, base line. So always start the capital letter with a capital line. Touch the red line, come down until tail line, writing the standing line, and write a big curve towards right. Capital D, standing line, curve line, capital D. Now let's write the small d, that is standing line. Write the curve line towards your left, that is from waistline to tail line. Small d, small d. Now let's practice writing in small letters one more time. Touch the capital line and come down till the tail line. Write the curve line, capital D. D, D, small d, small d, small d, capital D, capital D, capital D, small d, small d, small d.